Today we will discuss about the next veg oil cargo, that is this sunflower oil. Okay, so as you know, sunflower oil is a edible cargo, and it is generally so it is not that much hazardous. Okay, so this is how it looks like, sunflower oil. And now we will see about the physical properties. So in physical state, it is in the liquid state, and color, as you can see from the picture, is a bit yellow, and it belongs to the fatty oil family. Okay, and as the specific gravity is less than 1, it will float if on the water, as it is lighter. Okay. Discussing about the stability, it is very stable, and as it is enclosed inside the tanks, it is not exposed to air, so there are not any possibilities of it becoming.
हाँ कंटिन्यू करो.
Okay. Uh, so as I discussed stability, that it is a very stable cargo, and as it is enclosed inside the tanks, it will not become rancid, because its property is it will become rancid if it is exposed to air. So this cargo is not like a palm oil that it will solidify. Okay, so not that much of heating is required for this cargo, but if the temperature drops below the temperature stated by the charterer, then you have to heat the cargo. But the recirculation is necessary for this veg oils. To now, we will see if anybody get exposed to this sunflower oil. Okay, so for personal protection, whenever you are taking any sample, safety glasses should be there, and gloves, you should wear hand gloves while taking sample. Okay, and it does not emit any hazardous gases, so it is not that much hazardous. Now, while handling, that means no naked flame should be on the deck, and to avoid so the oil will not catch any fire. Okay, and if the cargo gets spilled, then and yes, this cargo is also not hazardous, so there is also no need of any inert gas for this cargo. Okay, now okay, now we will discuss if the cargo catches fire, then what will happen and what to use. So on the chemical tanker, low expansion foam will be used to extinguish the fire if in case it catches the fire. Okay, and as this is a food grade cargo, so it is not that much hazardous. So we will see if you get in touch with the what will happen if you get in touch with this oil. So for the eyes, if the cargo get into your eyes, you have to flush with plenty of water and eye wash solution for at least 15 minutes. And if the irritation will persist, then you have to consult the medical person. Then if your skin gets into contact with the cargo, then you have to wash with soap and water. Okay. And if by mistake you uh, eat the cargo, it is a food grade oil, so it does not possess any hazard. For as you can see here, it does not have any known hazards to environment as well as human health. Okay, now so this cargo belongs to fatty acids. So this is how the sunflower oil looks like. This is the chemical composition of the sunflower oil. Are you able to see this page which I am showing you? This was the only formula they have given. Fatty acids. So you can see this. These are all the vegetables. These are classified under vegetable oils, all fatty acids. And you can see here, sunflower oil is a type of fatty acid. And talking about the smell, we generally use this oil for cooking. So this has a little oily kind of smell. and it only comes the disturbance.
हाँ.
Okay, so yeah, as I was saying that sunflower oil falls under the category of vegetable oils, and under vegetable oils, this is the type of fatty acids. So you can see that they have given the composition of fatty acids for sunflower oil. Okay, now and
So it is put in magnetic drums, so sunflower seeds, and then in a vibrating sieve,
yeah,
and then some desk toner or something, and so there's a big flaker and cooker heated and then pressed to take out the oil. Okay.
yes, via chemical tankers, they all are given in this chapter 17 of IBC code, that under what criteria they fall. Okay, so you can uh, okay, sunflower okay oil, it falls under category of cargo Y. So the discharge criteria for category Y will be applicable for the sunflower seed oil. Also, yesterday I told you regarding the palm oil. So palm oil, I will search. Number of types, number of grades of palm oil. Yesterday I showed you 3 bottles showing palm oil, palmolene oil, and RBD palm oil. So all these grades of palm oil, they all fall under the category Y of substance, chemical substances. Okay, so these all the categories, they fall under same Y category.
And Y category, it is solidifying, so it needs pre-wash.
Yes. There is no need of providing IG inside the tanks. Okay, and it is very clean oil, clean and food grade oil. So, but it falls under category Y. So, as we are carrying it in the bulk quantities, that's why it falls under category Y. Okay. Is a sodium hydroxide, and the technical name is sodium hydroxide, and the it has also very different grades which you can carry, and the grade which we carried was in its purest form, 99% pure form of NaOH, and NaOH, you know, is a very good cleaning agent. Okay, but now it is not like veg oil that it is non hazardous. It has most okay. So as you can see, this is a colorless and odorless liquid, and but this is heavier than water. Okay, so it will not float on water. If it gets overboard, it will directly go below the water. So this is the main hazard. So as it is heavier than water, so generally the tanks are not fully filled whenever you are taking this cargo. Only 30%, 40%, 50% of amount of total cargo that can be total capacity, only that much will be loaded caustic soda, because it is heavier than water. And
The density is high, so as per the load density of the tank, you will load considering how much maximum you can load in the tank.
so these are the physical properties of caustic soda, that is sodium hydroxide. Now it is in the liquid state. Okay, and it is colorless and odorless liquid. Okay, but main problem is it is very corrosive. Main problem is very corrosive. It will falls on any uncoated surface, that if falls on the deck, then it will be very corrosive. If it falls on your skin, then it will be very dangerous for you. So while taking samples, the chief officer will assign a designated person who is very experienced in taking sampling. Just like a pumpman will be most likely the one who will be taking samples. And as you can see, the specific gravity here, 1.1 to 1.53. So it is clearly showing that it is heavier than water, so it will not float, it will go below the water if it gets overboard. Now
Most of the chemicals, even if they are lighter than water, because they are soluble in water, so they get mixed and dispersed easily. And the
yes,
sodium hydroxide is generally used in, I think, your bleach.
yes,
So
and steel industry,
yeah.
steel aluminum industry.
Hmm.
Uh,
Chemical suit.
so this is the type of suit which you has to wear whenever you are taking any sample, because it is very dangerous if it falls on your skin. Okay, so this is hazmat suit, and this will be provided on board.
With gas mask.
Yes, sir. Now we will discuss the. Okay, now it is visible.
Yeah.
Okay, its reactivity and stability. Now in the normal temperature it is very stable, okay, but conditions to avoid is avoid mixing with water inside the tanks. Okay, so for loading of this cargo, the cargo inspect means always before any loading, the cargo inspector will come and he will approve the tanks that they are fit to load the cargo. Without which, if it fails to approve, then you have to again clean the tanks, and then the again inspection will be done. Without which, the cargo will not be loaded. So to avoid these conditions, now. Uh, 10 milligram per meter cube of sodium hydroxide level that they have given.
So it's not very dangerous. Most of the gases which are dangerous you'll find in ppm. Like we saw just phosphoric acid, it was 1 mg. So 1 mg is much higher than ppm. It's in milligrams. And this one is 10 milligrams. So it's not that dangerous because at home in bleach and all, so much sodium hydroxide we are using. And nowadays after corona, you saw sodium hydroxide and sodium hypochlorite, so much they were using for disinfecting everywhere. So it's not so much
Yes.
dangerous and very good for cleaning. And again, this cargo is also used for removing rust stains and other weeping marks wherever. It also used in rust remover, phosphoric acid and this sodium hydroxide.
Now you can see here the sodium hydroxide solution. So sodium hydroxide solution also comes under the category of cargo Y. Okay, so the Y type, all MARPOL regulations will be applicable for the sodium hydroxide solution. Now, okay. The full PPE. For eye protections, you have to wear safety goggles with face shields, and you have to, as I shown you, the hazmat suit that is need to be weared when you are taking sampling, because that is the time whenever any person will be coming in close contact with this type of chemical. And for hand protection, you have to wear appropriate chemical resistance gloves, without which you cannot take soundings and anything. So these are also some exposure control levels, and they are all given in mg. So while handling, you have to ensure that you are not getting in direct contact with this chemical at all. And storage, uh, unlike the veg oils, the heating is not that much required, but the cargo recirculation is needed. That will be specified as per the charter what their requirements are. And accidental release. So accidental release, you will be having SMPP equipments for the protection. Just like SOPEP, you have SMPP on chemical tankers. Almost all the equipments are same. So you have to use all the equipments provided to avoid the release. Because this is very dangerous if it gets overboard, because it will not float. It will directly go below the water. So the accidental release is very dangerous of this chemical. So now the first aid measures we will see. If anybody comes into direct contact, then what to do? See, if anybody hasn't wear the proper PPE, and if any of the chemical goes into his eyes, then you have to immediately flush the eyes with direct stream of water for at least 15 minutes, and forcibly holding the eyelids apart to ensure complete irrigation of all eye and lid tissues. Washing every several seconds is essential to achieve maximum effectiveness, and you have to also consult the medical person who is available. So that's why the emergency shower is also provided on both the sides on the cargo manifold. Then, if anybody injures this type of cargo, then what will happen? So never give anything by mouth to an unconscious or convulsive person. If swallowed, do not induce vomiting. Give large amounts of water. If vomiting occurs spontaneously, keep airway clear. Give more water when vomiting stops. Okay. So you don't have to induce vomiting, but you have to keep drinking more and more water. And you have to also consult the medical person who will be available. And
This medical person who will be available is not like on ship. Master and chief officer and other people, they get some training, but available means you can contact. There will be some company doctors, or through radio MFHF you can contact. There are Radio Medico France and some other things. Details are given in some ALRS books. So nowadays generally we have company doctors for some special case, and otherwise you have radio advice on ship. Metal industry and floor cleaner and disinfectants.
yes, sir.